The work that I'm doing now, I've kind of evolved from many, many years teaching yoga, which I still have so much respect for and love as a concept. Yoga itself just means connection, and all the doorways to that are so diverse. And my practice through the experience of a chronic illness really put me in a position where if I wanted to be in a body that was navigating something hard, and I couldn't do so many of the things that I used to be able to do. I couldn't ask the body to perform for me in these mechanical ways that I had in the past. I couldn't starve it and then binge and starve it and binge. I couldn't, run it into the ground anymore without really paying for those choices. So I had no other option, it felt, than to find a way to be in here, in this organism that was trying to comb through its experience of stress and chaos and clutter, as I talked about. And this way of being in here is something that is so incredibly accessible, regardless of what the body seems to be capable of, right? It's not about how you put your arm somewhere, or how high your arm goes, or how strong this is, or whether or not that's tight. None of those things matter. Because the whole point of this kind of practice is how much can you be here, and then can you be here more, and then can you be here more, rather than asking the body to operate in a mechanistic way. You're allowing it to exist as an organism, and you're inviting that conversation, and this listening becomes a foundation. It's an active listening to that communication that you're receiving. And I think as that starts to happen, as we start to notice just the sensations that we're experiencing in the flesh, we also get to do this really cool micro macrocosm thing where we notice there's all this happening in this inner world, and then my kind of bubble is then touching the rest of everything. So it's, how do I come in contact with gravity? How do I come in contact with space? Exploring those conversations and exploring the way that the currents of fluid move through the system, the way that the electrical currents move through the system, and allowing this to be this really profound discovery of what it means to be home in the body, what it means for that conversation to be healthy and consistent. And then also, I think one of the really beautiful benefits is the braiding of the movement, yes, which is more like something that arrives, rather than something that we're doing to the body. The movement, breath that isn't forced, and sound that just happens. Sound is such a huge, vital component to our existence. And as someone who sings and loves music and loves the sounds of my life and remembers things so auditorily, it was inevitable that there would come a point where I would need for sound to be a huge facet of my healing. And it has been in so many ways. And so this braiding through this practice that I'm calling resonance is becoming aware of the harmonics of the way that our own being is pulsating with the rest of the living world, and recognizing our thread through that web and the way that we are a part of it all is really enchanting to our view of reality. We begin to see from such a broader lens that we're part of something. We're part of a living, breathing, sounding ecosystem. And that deserves our compassion, deserves our curiosity.